If you've been subscribed to Top 5 Gaming for a while now, which if you aren't subscribed, what are you doing with your life? Then by now, you've probably seen a fair share of items, guns, and locations being removed from Fortnite on this channel. By now, I think it's safe to say you guys are experts when it comes to newly released items. I mean, come on, people. We've been doing this series for months. You think that by now you'd remember at least something? What's that? You're only subscribed because of Fred? I see. Don't care about me. Little Top 5 Gaming. I'll just go commentate on a different channel, on Top 5 Central or Top 10 Gaming. How about that? But not all Fortnite ideas make the cut, believe it or not. These are concepts that Epic Games has looked into that never actually got added. Whether they would have changed the core mechanics of the game too much or they couldn't agree on the execution of the idea, here are 5 ideas Epic looked at that never made it into the final cut of the game. AKA 5 canceled Fortnite ideas you never knew about. Number 5, Fortnite inventory system. Now, for a lot of recent players watching, you may not know that the current inventory system wasn't always laid out like the way it is today. Beforehand, pulling up your inventory was always a risk. The old menu system would take up your entire screen with barely any transparency to the menu, so if anyone was moving in front of you, you most likely wouldn't even notice until you were getting shot. Something else that was a bit odd was that all of your weapons and ammo would appear on the left side of the screen while all your materials would appear on the right. This made it very inconvenient to drop multiple items as you had to constantly go from one side of the screen to the other, whereas now it's snugly fit all on one side. With the more recent inventory system, they've also added a clearer transparency to the main inventory menu, while also keeping the left side relatively clear of distractions. You only have the item description box on the left side, which gives you all the other space below and around it to keep an eye on any enemies or things happening just outside of earshot. No matter how good that inventory system gets though, just remember to build yourself a 1x1 or something before standing still and sorting it out. You never know where those pesky snipers will get you from. Number 4, Epic considered FPV but canceled the idea of doing it as they didn't feel it felt right with the game. So this Fortnite idea is more so from the community, but it actually ended up getting so much attention that Fortnite had to add a countermeasure to their official FAQs page. When Fortnite had just come out, a lot of players weren't a massive fan of the third-person only perspective, most likely because they got used to playing first-person games like Call of Duty at the time, or even games like PUBG, which did have third-person but also gave you the ability to switch to first-person view. There were multiple fan concepts of how first-person perspective might look on Fortnite, and the thing is, we all know how much Epic Games do like to take and enhance ideas from the community. And for that reason, a lot of the community actually got themselves a bit worked up because of it. They assumed if they got the idea enough attention that it might become a reality. After all, it does happen with other concept ideas, so why not this one? Unfortunately for those that got their hopes up, the first-person view seems like it may never become a reality within Fortnite. After a short time, Epic Games had to add this subject to their commonly asked questions page. It asks, will you add first-person option? To which they reply stating, no, we're not planning to add a first-person option. We don't feel it fits with the design style of Fortnite, and we may revisit it in the future. Honestly, I doubt this is something that will be revisited. You may as well get used to third-person. The fact is that Fortnite Battle Royale's almost only source of income is from skins and cosmetics. If you had the ability to run around in first-person mode, I can almost guarantee you'll become less interested in buying those products, which obviously Fortnite don't want happening. Number 3, proximity chat.
Oh my gosh! If I fucking that bad.
So proximity chat is something most of us look forward to in games like Battle Royale. If you ever watch any PUBG voice chat funny moments videos, then you know how much of a laugh it can be. Whether it's the reaction of the person you just killed or someone passing by blasting out some perfectly fitting music for the current scene, it can always spice things up a little bit. Now, when you've got a game like Fortnite that's made to be suitable for all ages, you have to be vigilant about features like proximity chat. It's something all major Battle Royale games will probably address at some point in time in the planning, but unfortunately for Fortnite, don't expect proximity chat anytime soon, if at all. Even though we do get some amazing moments with proximity chat, there's also a lot of people raging, becoming toxic towards the player that killed them, usually using some sort of prejudice to offend them. Now imagine that kind of feature on Fortnite. You can almost guarantee that most kids will actually get banned from playing the game because their parents don't want them listening to some 30-year-old man cussing them out for camping in a house because he's 8 years old and doesn't know how to build yet. The closest we've seen to it is with a lot of funny moments videos where they just add audio to the clip to make it seem like the players are talking talking or reacting. You know it's fake, but those videos can be freaking hilarious sometimes. Number 2, Save the World becoming free to play. Fortnite have taken the world by storm, almost literally if you think about the Battle Royale world. They brought a free-to-play Battle Royale that's only income was skins and cosmetics. The main storyline version of the game, known as Save the World, will actually cost you around $39.99 if you go for the cheaper bundle anyway. But since Fortnite has done so well, they actually stated that they were going to make the entire game, Save the World included, completely free. Not sure if I ever remember a high-quality game like this being free. Only free games I know of are on mobile and have a ton of adverts popping up every 2 minutes. It was a risky move on Epic Games' behalf, very risky when they released the game with Battle Royale mode for free, but it was worth it 10 times over. They made a mint, but now they're thinking about making it all free? Well, not quite just yet. After Fortnite told everyone their plans about free Fortnite, they released a statement explaining why this isn't yet possible, saying, "We decided to move to the free-to-play launch of Save the World out of this year. We're working on a broad set of features, reworks, and back-end system scaling we believe are needed to go free-to-play." So essentially, they aren't quite ready just yet. They still have plans to release Save the World free, and by their wording, it sounds like they hope that will be during 2019. However, because they already got a lot of people's hopes up, they did offer Save the World for half the price for a limited time. Not a bad deal anyway, considering you get so many free V-Bucks with the daily rewards. Honorable mentions, Hotline Bling emote. Remember the whole Drake and Ninja collab that happened a while back that even broke Twitch records all stream? Well, yeah, I'm not surprised. It was massive. Well, what a lot of people probably didn't know about with this event is that Ninja and Drake got into a conversation about adding emotes like the Hot Bling dance to Fortnite.
Hey.
Beat's actually sick.
Murder Beats sampled Fortnite the other night. It was so funny, like the intro song.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta put some Fortnite lingo in the album,
nah,
man. Just something.
It has to happen. It's just got to be the right way. Someone's gonna do it. Someone's gonna pull it out. When Epic gives me a Hotline Bling emote, I'll do it. But until then, I'm on strike.
Boy, yes, I love it.
All right, so it's a pretty simple deal. Fortnite provide Drake with an emote or two, and he gives them a line or two in his music. Sounds like a pretty fair deal, but we never actually saw anything come of this. In all honesty, you can be sure that this was at least discussed at Epic headquarters. Drake is such an influential artist in his industry that you know Epic Games probably gave this deal a bit of thought, but for whatever reason, we never got to see that Hotline Bling emote. There are a ton of possible reasons why it didn't go through, but let's avoid speculating in case it stirs something up. I tell you what, let's do a simple test. Let us know down below if this is an emote you'd love to use yourself, or what Drake dance do you think would be the best emote? You never know, maybe Fortnite may revisit this in the future, or maybe we'll see something from Travis Scott. Honorable mention number 2 is the Infinity Blade. So just as we predicted, we saw the snow cap at Polar Peaks melting away to reveal the Infinity Blade within. We literally got it bang on the money, people, but unfortunately this Christmas present didn't go exactly to plan for Fortnite. We all know that this melee weapon was overpowered, and to be honest, that was Fortnite's intention, although not to the extent that we ended up seeing. Fortnite wanted to introduce mythic items to the game, something that was a cut above your standard legendary items and would also offer a more diverse style of gameplay, instead of just your standard shooting and explosives. And to be honest, I absolutely love the concept. Mythic weapons that have their own complete style of combat that change up the normal routine. Yes, please. The only problem was it wasn't just a cut above your legendary items. It was a whole league of its own. One of the biggest catalysts for its removal was its frequent appearance in the Winter Royale tournament. You didn't quite get the chance to see the Infinity Blade in action, then watch this clip and you'll see exactly what we mean.
He knows Cease goes down. He is ending dreams here. Every player he illuminates is losing out to potentially getting a placement.
11 players remain.
Top 10.
Trying to tag him up. Does he get him? No, and not Soar.
All these builds here from where Hydra was, he's now on top of him. Hydra is no longer in the game with us.
What are you even supposed to do at this point? Zysic, he's flying around. Even though he's going outside of the storm, taking damage, he does not care.
We're to the low ground.
And look at this awkward area.
Whoa, is he gonna hit that? So close.
And there you have it. An
Good
Infinity Blade
night.
gets the victory royale and rips through everyone. 13 eliminations, the victory royale, the big bonus.
Most of the community realized just how overpowered this item was, and yeah, it was good if you were the one holding it. But it was so mythically overpowered, you might as well be almost God mode. Fortnite removed it on the 14th of December, admitting it was way more overpowered than intended, and have vaulted the entire mythic idea altogether until they come up with a more balanced solution. Number 1 is the Zappa Tron. Now, for those that are all watching who know what the Zappa Tron is, can I get an OG in the comments? I tip my hat to thee, good sirs. You're either a Fortnite quizmaster or you've been playing the game since Season 1. The Zappa Tron is essentially the wonder weapon of Fortnite that you could almost say was the first mythic item, even though it's not, but its uniqueness and power gave it that similar mythic feel that you might find with the Infinity Blade. After all, it is one of its kind. The insane energy sniper had a 5% chance of spawning in supply crates when supply drops were first introduced to the game. Within about 2 days of its appearance, though, Fortnite ended up removing the item. They posted a tweet stating that it didn't fit in with the current style of Fortnite, and to be fair, they weren't really wrong. The Zappa Tron was the only energy-based weapon in the game, and at the time seemed way too overpowered. Although, comparing it to weapons today, it's no different than an energy-based heavy sniper. They both deal about the same damage. I doubt we'll see a return of this style for a long time, if at all. Energy weapons within Fortnite Battle Royale don't seem to be on the discussion table at the moment at all, but it could be a nice change to the normal combat that we've experienced. But that has been our list of the 5 canceled Fortnite ideas that you never knew about. Be sure to click that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new, push notifications on, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.